Captain's Curse. The sea was warm, calm, and looked a brilliant blue colour in the early morning light. Sarah and Jamie bobbed up and down, clinging to a large piece of driftwood. Beneath them in the clear water, brightly coloured fish swam lazily.
Where's the ship?
Sunk without trace, probably. Can't see anything. Can you?
No, just lots of sea all around. It's kind of beautiful, though, don't you think? You'd never guess there'd been that terrifying storm last night. It looks so peaceful now.
Hey, look! Do you see what I see?
A tropical island! Brilliant! We can paddle over there.
OK by me. Let's hope the natives are friendly. And they've got something to eat. Apart from us, that is.
Stop thinking about your stomach for once and paddle.
OK.
Put some effort in, Jamie. Paddle! What a perfect place. White sandy beaches, exotic flowers, hummingbirds, and banana trees.
Food at last.
Let's go grab ourselves some breakfast then. Race you there?
Hey, that's not fair. This is the life, sitting under the palms, eating fruit straight from the tree.
If you carry on stuffing bananas like that, you turn into a monkey. Come to think of it, maybe you started already.
Ha ha! If you weren't so busy making fun of me, you'd see there's a boat over there.
Perhaps they're looking for castaways from the shipwreck. Let's go and tell them we're here.
Not a good idea. Look at the ship they've come from. It's flying the Skull and Crossbones.
The Jolly Roger. They must be pirates.
Put your backs into it, you black-hearted scum!
Aye, Captain.
Maybe we should check them out, take a closer look.
I don't know. Is that a good idea?
Well, there's plenty of cover. We can hide amongst the palms and watch them. They won't see us there.
Well, all right.
This is the place my heart is. The treasure's so near, I can smell it. Down, you dog. Down.
Help! They look a sinister lot, don't they?
The one who was doing the shouting, do you reckon he was a captain?
Spec so. They all seem pretty terrified of him.
There's someone who doesn't quite fit in. An old man in a white wig.
And a girl. Look, they've got their hands tied together. Prisoners.
Take a good look at your new home.
So, you're marooning us here, you blackguard.
Oh, shut your noise. Count yourself lucky to be alive. In the old days with Captain Morgan, we'd have thrown you to the sharks.
Don't worry, Papa. At least we'll be together. This island doesn't look so bad.
Yeah, a very paradise by my hand. Here. Take a look at this, then. How'd you like that, me precious?
It's horrible.
Now you knows why they calls me Captain Claw. I got these pretties after mad Captain Morgan slammed down the lid of his treasure chest on me hand. Caught me looking, see? He left me fingers in the chest, rot his soul. But now Mad Morgan's in Davy Jones's locker, and I'm gonna get my claw into his gold, thanks to our friends here. This here's the map in the captain's own hand.
Hey, Captain, the map.
There's the spot he buried the gold, marked with a 5-pointed star. That gold's mine by rights. I've suffered enough for it.
Hey, Captain.
So what are you waiting for, you yellow-bellied slobs? Move!
Hey, Captain. Hey, Captain.
Can you believe this guy?
Is there someone there? Who is it? Come out of there!
Oh no, he's waving that claw at us.
Ah! Gotcha!
Please, sir, don't hurt us.
We don't mean any harm.
We're castaways.
Our boat hit a reef in last night's storm and sank, and we swam ashore.
Ah! More blasted kids! Starboard!
Aye, Captain.
Make this pair fast and all of them along behind. I'll deal with them later. First, we've got to find that gold.
Aye, aye, Captain. Now, come along, you two. We'll just tie you to the other two.
Ouch! Not so tight.
No complaining. Now, you're all gonna follow me. It's this way.
This heat's unbearable. What I don't understand is how come Claude doesn't just melt in that huge coat of his.
What I don't understand is how come you don't just save your breath for walking.
At last, has Claude found the spot?
No, I think he's just working out from the map which way to go.
Don't think I can take much more of this.
Oh, don't worry, son. It'll soon be over. What's your name?
I'm Jamie.
And I'm his sister, Sarah.
Oh, my name's Adam Bell. I used to be the captain of the good ship Mercury, sailing out of Bristol. This is my daughter, Alice.
Hello.
She's accompanied me on my travels since her dear mother died. This bunch of cutthroats, there's a dozen more back on the ship, boarded the Mercury 2 weeks ago and ransacked her. Then they sank her. They killed most of the crew, and the rest they just set adrift on a raft with no rations or fresh water.
What did Claw mean when he thanked you for leading him to the treasure?
I've always been interested in exploring and in maps, even before I went to sea. I bought that map that Claw's using as a curio, do you see, from a merchant in Port of Spain. He swore it had belonged to Mad Morgan, who'd given it away just before he died. He was hanged, don't you know? Well, of course, there's a lot of nonsense talked about buried treasure, but Claw got very excited when he found the map in my cabin.
Didn't you want to look for the buried treasure yourself?
I didn't take it seriously. Anyway, the map tells you where the treasure is on the island, but doesn't tell you where the island is. But Claw says he sailed with Morgan and was with him when he buried the treasure. So he's been here before and knew how to find it again. And then there's the curse.
What curse is that?
Well, Captain Morgan wasn't called mad for nothing. He was as black-hearted and cruel as any pirate who sailed the seven seas. Yet the strange thing is, he was an educated man from a good family. He not only supported himself by robbery and murder, but he chose to devote his life to the study of evil and the black arts. When Morgan buried his hoard of Spanish gold, it's said that he bound a demon from hell to watch over it, so nobody but he would ever be able to take it from the island. Well, at least that's what the merchant in Trinidad told me.
Move your stumps, you worthless bunch of dregs! I want to be off this island by nightfall!
Come along, children.
Livered swallow. Damn your own. This is the place! It's under that tree! Bring those spades! Well, look lively, you swabs!
Coming right up, Captain, sir.
Now, dig! Just there!
Aye, aye, Captain.
Hey. That's it, my hearty.
Have you noticed anything different?
Yes, the birds have stopped singing.
But there's something else, too. Listen. What is it, Papa?
Whatever it is, it seems to be coming closer.
In that case, I think we should go somewhere else.
How can we?
See these sharp stones? I bet I can cut through our ropes with them. That's it.
Very good, Jamie. Now, untie all our ropes and let's get out of sight.
Captain, the prisoners are free.
Let 'em go! I only brought them for insurance anyway.
Insurance, Captain?
Yeah, if old Morgan had set any traps, I'd have sent them in first. As it is, they can rot here on this island for all I care.
While we walk away with the gold, eh, Captain?
Exactly, my bucko. Now get digging!
Oh, aye, aye, Captain.
Yeah, put your back into it, that's it. Dig! Go.
Listen.
It's the music again.
And look! A pool of purple light coming towards us.
Some kind of ghost. We were shipwrecked.
And my father and I were captured and brought here.
By pirates.
Claude brought us here. He and his men are digging up Morgan's gold.
That gold is mine! It must never leave the island!
It's gone.
I suppose that was the captain's curse.
Aye, lad. He seems to have studied the black arts to some effect.
What are we going to do? I know they're pirates and everything, and Claude's a serious head case. We can't let the thing go after them without warning them, can we?
I suppose you're right. Come on, then. We'd best make our way back.
There they are!
I see they found the chest.
That's it! That's it! I recognize it anywhere! Oh, let me at it!
Stop! Morgan's curse is here! We've seen it!
Seen it? Seen what? Who are you talking about?
Take no notice, you fools! They're trying to trick us! They want to get the gold for themselves! See those bones? They're my fingers!
Yuck! Gross!
But now this is what I was after. The gold coins!
Huge bag! Yeah, so we can fill all the pockets with the coins!
Starbuck, you and the others carry the chest. Hells, bells, and buckets of blood! What trickery is this?
Morgan's curse! Morgan made me!
Then I'll unmake you!
It's gone straight through!
You will not take the treasure!
If you can't stop a bullet, you can't stop us!
We shall see about that!
Jamie, the sword never did not. It's been sucked back into the hole. It's been sucked into the hole as well.
Let go of the chest or you'll be buried alive!
I'm not letting it go now!
No!
Your pockets! Empty your pockets! Look, our coins are dragging you back!
That's amazing. The ground looks as though it's never been dug.
Yeah, it's as if the grass has always been growing there.
So he was buried alive.
That's greed for you.
Look, his claw is still poking out of the ground.
Well, enough excitement for one day. Time we were making our way back.
Begging your pardon, sir.
Yes? What is it?
Well, most of us in Claw's crew sailed with him out of fear. We were just as much captives as you were. Now the old monster's gone, we'd be glad to let you have our ship if you'll guide us to safe harbour.
Capital, my boy. I'd be delighted. Well, let's be off then. This way.
Right.
The music in The Captain's Curse is taken from Three Nocturnes by Debussy. The first nocturne, Clouds, begins with a slow, dreamy melody played by the woodwind to give the impression of clouds floating gently across the sky. Then the cor anglais interrupts with a tune that Debussy said reminded him of a boat sounding its horn. Now the strings take up the first dreamy tune. But the cor anglais soon interrupts again. Now the cor anglais returns, accompanied by pizzicato, or plucked strings. The flute and harp take their turn with a dreamy solo. Finally, the cor anglais returns once more before the piece fades to silence. The second nocturne, Festivals, sounds much more lively than the first. Strings, brass, and then woodwind play a boisterous dance called a tarantella. The brass and timpani play a fanfare before the dance starts all over again. Suddenly, the music quietens. The strings beat rhythmically, while in the distance, the brass start to play a march. The march gets louder, and soon the whole orchestra has joined in. Then the woodwind return with a scurrying tune as the tarantella starts one last time. The last nocturne, Sirens, begins with a simple two-note tune, played first by the horns and then taken up by soprano voices. The same hypnotic tune is developed with the strings accompanying the sopranos. Finally, a harp comes in, very quietly, accompanied by the sopranos and strings, before this nocturne too fades to silence. These are just some of the highlights of Debussy's nocturnes. You're bound to discover more every time you listen.